you see, this is a very difficult. It's a very difficult issue, morally speaking, Abu Bakr, and it's highly subjective too. It's an open-ended question. Like, how do I know that that A or B or Abu Bakr or Omar does not have any other option?
Yeah, it's because that's what he told you.
That's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is this: it's a warning that you can hardly say that I don't have any other. What do you mean by I don't have any other? If you don't have any other option,
except to take the loan,
then the right to be held
okay.
because it becomes a matter of necessity.
Okay.
And remember, under Islamic law, like eating on slaughtered animal is haram. But if somebody is, traveling in, in a very, very remote place in the bush, you come across unslaughtered meat, extremely hungry. If you don't eat, you will not be able to survive. It becomes halal for you to rescue yourself.
Okay.
So if it is extremely necessary, then it will be sort of lifted or not relaxed for you to survive.
We take this call. Assalamu alaikum. Bismillah.
Good evening to you all.
Good evening also.
I'm greeting Dr. Sharma.
Thank you.
Okay.
In the name of Islam.
Thank you.
My first contribution starts with the starting of the program. About milligram adding water or palm oil and other things. It regards to our faith as a Muslim. Because anybody who fears God, you have God at mind.
Yeah.
I don't think you will do something.
Exactly.
But what the Prophet ﷺ said, I think we are in that state now. If we the Muslim live the Quran and the Sunnah, all what you will see in this world will be trials. And that is what is happening today. You listen to radio or television. Mass is killing in Dangia, 10, 20, 100 only. So our way of living depends to our faith, number one. And number two, to the river issue also, it can be much attributed to the topic. Because sitting at outline, those who are from poor background, in rain season, like when you see somebody, you can go to him to take money, to work to the farm, when it is 10 dollars. But because of not anything to feed your family, he will give you only 5 dollars to work for the farm per day.
Exploitation, yeah.
Is that Islamic in our way of living? Thank you very much, Doctor.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, caller. Doctor?
He touches on one thing which is very important. Underpaying people for services, particular services. Like, because the person is under pressure, he has no option but to accept it. But you know that you are underpaying him.
But the offer is too small.
Too small. That's also exploitation. And in this case, he is sacrificing. It is now, the culprit here is the one on the other side, standing in a very unequal ground. And like I said to you, a Muslim, he said something which is very important. If you are a Muslim, you must be guided by certain principles, including fearfulness of God. Taqwa Allah Azza wa Jal. One must fear God. Piety. Whatever you do, you must understand. You must believe, you must be convinced that you will be held accountable for whatever you do in the hereafter. So if you fear God, wherever you are, in whatever you do, you'll be careful. Okay. Even when people do certain services for you, you make sure that you pay them accordingly.
Okay.
Yeah.
We take this call. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you, sir.
Okay.
I wanted to ask a question about this river you're talking about discussing.
Okay. Welcome.
I'm asking if working in a bank is a river-based bank. To work in a river-based bank, is it accepted by Islam or not?
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much.
Your question is
and also
clear.
the second thing, if you didn't know that working in a bank was unlawful and you joined the bank already, what will be your decision? Is it to leave the bank immediately, or you can be with the bank until you have another job, then you can quit?
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Then that's clear.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, bye.
You see, in my humble opinion, there's nothing wrong with working in a bank. Of course, sometimes someone would tell you that if you have a better place than the bank, go. But you know, what I want to explain here is this. The money that you call riba is called riba not because it's coming from a bank, but it's because of the nature of the transactions. And here, the money per se, money itself is a medium of exchange. And therefore, money by itself is clean. But by the way the money comes to you is very important. The way the money comes to you makes it haram. Not that the money by itself is dirty, but it's because of the way that it comes to you. Now, somebody who works in a bank is doing business.
What kind of business?
It depends on the bank. I'm just trying to explain that he's doing business. Now, let me learn. You work for the bank. It's a contract. You know, your duties are clearly stipulated. Terms of reference, well stipulated. So you make sure that you do your job according to the contract. You understand? So at the end of the month, the bank pay you your salary. You are not cheating the bank is not cheating you. So in my humble opinion, there's nothing wrong with this.
Okay.
Although I do know, I'm well aware of the fact that sometime you will be told to go and look for job elsewhere.
Okay.
Allah Allah.
Yeah, I just buttress on that point, Doctor.
Yeah.
I think if you look at the way the bank transaction is done, naturally the most consistent is they loan out money to individuals.
Yeah.
They engage in businesses that
are not
which
necessarily
accrued riba.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
In short, they consume riba. Most of these banks, they give out loans, they engage in business that include. So now, if you work for them, it means you are supporting them.
Oh, yeah, see, that's what you are saying. I mean, well, that's a different thing. That's what I'm saying.
And the whole
let me repeat what I said to you. That's why I'm saying that, yes, of course, some of the ulama will tell you, you better look for job elsewhere. But what I'm trying to emphasize is, you are supporting, yes, there's a caller, I understand.
Yeah, we could clear this before.
You are supporting, you are working, the way the money comes to you, so that point is very important. In most instances, the way the money comes to you make the money haram. So for you, the money is not coming to you through haram way. Yes, what you are saying is a point, you are supporting the bank. But they can mine you. You know, this is not more, it's not how to call it, an issue of consensus anymore in the modern time. There are ulama of the modern time. Who are of the opinion that when you put your money in the bank and the bank does business with your money, whatever amount that you get out of it is your money because they're using your money to make business. But this is not the majority of this view of the majority of the ulama.
That is a minority view.
It's a minority view.
Yeah,
it's a minority view. So in other words, what I'm trying to say, in other words, somebody who works for the bank, he does exactly the job that he is supposed to do. He's not cheating the bank. The bank pay him salary. That money is not haram money.
Okay. There is a tradition of the Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam which says, لَعَنَ اللَّهُ آكِلَ الرِّبَى وَمُوكِلَهُ وَكَاتِبَهُ وَشَاهِدَيْهِمَا. He says, Allah's curse is upon the one who eats riba, and the one who feeds riba, the ones who writes about riba, and the one who witnesses riba.
Well,
so if you look at this,
I don't have a problem with this. Again, maybe you don't get the point that
I get your point very clearly.
I'm here referring to riba specifically with regard to the way that the money comes to you. That point is very important. But again, let me and I said to you, I'm just giving you, the simple opinion, and I do know that the opinions are there saying that you should not work in the bank. But look at today. I mean, wherever in the Islamic world, even in Mecca, even Makkah al-Mukarramah, there are banks, and people are working in the banks, and even the Islamic banking. If you critically look at Islamic banking, there are queries that the ulama raise about Islamic banking. Allah.
Okay, we take this caller, Doctor. Assalamu alaikum, caller. Assalamu alaikum.
Hello.
Yes.
Abu Bakr.
Assalamu alaikum.